Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we're underway here. Already tied up in the first set. The Knights trying to snap a three-game losing streak here this afternoon against the Hawks of Hagerstown. Benzinger with a big hit right at the net, but she is met by one of the Hawks players and leads to the point. First lead of the game for the Hawks. Serving for them is number 1, Emily Ernst. Emily is a freshman out of Williamsport, Maryland. Here's Thrapis. Big hit. Gives the Hawks a chance to rally. Soft touch over. James answers back with one of her own. Here's the rally. Tried to be met at the middle. James and Benzinger were both there in front of the net, but neither of them could get to it. Point goes to the Hawks. And a nice run here by the Hawks to start. Lopez Santos with the error there. Makes up for a nice play. Gets a chance to set Benzinger up, and she puts an end to that run. It's all there. The Knights got a chance to answer back. Took advantage of it. Lopez Santos takes a seat on the bench. A nice play. Set up that point from Benzinger. And that one's out. Just barely. Very close. A little sigh of relief if you're a Knights player. James will continue the serve. Great play at the net. I believe that was 13, Casey Jones. Split the two players who were in front of the net for the Knights. Benzinger. Great effort here from the Hawks to rally to that one. But Vogel couldn't put it over the net. They get the point. Great effort for the Hawks. Doesn't count for anything other than a nice story that time. 5-4 is the score. Hawks are in front. Knights will try and tie it up here. Oh, tremendous play. Bundy and Benzinger both there at the net. One of them got the hands on that. And here's Nicole Campbell checking into the game for the first time. (6-4) is our score now. Bundy with a good effort there, but a good rally from the Hawks, and it leads to the point. So back-to-back good plays there by the Knights, not leading to points. Sometimes that's just how the ball bounces in this game. Oh, soft touch there by Bertling. Trying to catch somebody on the Hawks out of position. Didn't work. Sent it right back. Benzinger with a mistake. Couldn't put that over the net. Another point here for the Hawks. Good start for them. Building a small lead here in the early part of this first set. 8-4. Lopez Santos is checked back into the game. Thrapis tried to find the Hawks out of position there. Didn't work. Another nice play by Lopez Santos and a free point given to the Hawks. The look of frustration setting in here for the Knights. A rough patch in the season and a rough patch in the game right now. And Lopez Santos, after doing a good job digging out the serves, makes the error there. See the Hawks trying to attack Lopez Santos now. It's now 3 straight serves sent directly at her way. Benzinger takes over the serve after getting the point for the Knights. Just barely squeaked that one in on the line. Couldn't really tell from this angle, honestly. Benzinger gets the ace there. Even though the Hawks have been in the driver's seat for most of this first set since we've started, didn't build up enough of a lead to say that they're out of it, the Knights. Just takes one run, get them back into it. Can't have very many plays like that, though. Long on the serve. And it's 2 and out for the Knights on the serve there. Bertling, Thrapis, far side. And Schlotterbeck got the hands on it, but couldn't put it on the other side of the net instead. Out of bounds. And it's 1 and out that time for the Hawks. Lopez Santos taking over on the serve. Can the Knights answer back with a run of their own? James, soft touch, just got that one over. And the point for the Hawks. 1 and out on the service game there for the Knights. Not the result they were hoping for. Schlotterbeck, freshman, Williamsport High School, takes over on the serve here for the Hawks. James met at the net. Puts it over onto the Hawks side again. This time ricochets backwards. Knights have a chance. Benzinger with a mistake. Second time she's put that ball into the net. She'd like to have that one back, I'm sure. Lead gets a little bit bigger now for the Hawks. Campbell, Bertling, James. Soft touch twice that time. Once on the way up and once again on the way down. Hawks are rallying here. Can't find them out of position. In the middle of a good rally and a free point there given to the Knights. They'll take it. They need a few things to go their way. Get back into this first set. Down 5 right now. 13-8 is the score. Too many one and dones on the service game here for the Knights. Bertling serving again. Oh, nice move at the net. James finally gets one of those soft touches to roll her way and get the point. Should have been great timing the jumps. Just hadn't got the points to match. Finally gets one her to roll her way. Let's see if it breaks this game open. Nice move there by Lopez Santos just to save that one. Ball was coming in hot. Rally will continue. Here's James, and James with a mistake puts that one into the net. The Hawks win the point, and the rally for the Knights will end. Made that lead a little bit smaller, though. Went from 5 to 4. The Hawks will have a chance to put it back up to 5 here. They'll do just that with the ace. Benzinger, Bertling, Thrapis, and it'll take a nice effort here to get this over, and wow! A nice effort is exactly what we got. The Hawks definitely caught the Knights by surprise, just that they were able to rally to that one and get it over onto the other side. I'm thinking the Knights probably thought they had an easy point there. No easy points right now for them. Thrapis again. This time the Hawks can't pull off the miracle rally. And Thrapis gets that point for the Knights. Taking over on the serve. Let's see. Does she have a run in that arm? Puts it right up into the air. Benzinger gets set up. Nothing here. We're rallying. And that one's out. Not by much, but at least a full ball length. Back to a 4-point lead, 16-12. Still plenty of time left to be played here in this first set, and that was a mistake. 2 and out again. The Knights have not been able to put together much of a rally outside, or much of a run, excuse me, outside of 2 points. That time, the Hawks, a little lucky, but worked out in their favor. Dutton can't make the miraculous play there. Point goes to the Hawks, and Hawks are getting close to winning time here in this first set. They can't make the play. (18-13) is our score as the Knights get one back. And they need a run here. This first set's getting close to a dangerous position for them. And they'll get a point there. That one's off. More of a miscommunication there from the Hawks. 2 players are going after that ball at the same time. 18-14. Let's see. Ace for the Knights. Finally a serve opportunity for them, going more than just 2. It's a good run here for the Knights, getting them back in this first set. And that's another point there. The big arms, big long arms of Benzinger and Bundy up there to send that back onto the Hawks side of the court. And the lead is now back to just 2. 18-16 is the score. Timeout was taken by the Hawks. They want to talk strategy. Two teams are back out onto the court, ready to play the rest of this first set. It's been an exciting first set. For the most part, it's been dominated by the Hawks, but here in this late stretch of the first set, the Knights are rallying and are in a position to get back into this one, possibly tie it up and take the lead. Thrapis We're in the middle of a really good rally, one of our best so far in the early part of this game. Thrapis gets to that one. The net play from the Hawks had been so spectacular up to that. Casey Jones got to it, but I think she thought she was going to have a teammate nearby to finish it off. Didn't happen like that. It's now just a 1-point lead for the Hawks. 18-17 is our score right now. Into the net with the hit, and it's all tied up. What a tremendous run here from Janae James and the Knights with the service game. 18-18. 5 straight points for the Knights. And it'll end at 5. And the Hawks will get the lead back. All good things must come to an end. And right there you saw that tremendous run of service come to an end for the Knights. Hawks 19-18 is our score. Taking over, Benzinger, set up, put it in a perfect position. Oh, but speaking of perfect position, the Hawks were in the perfect position in front of the net. Send that right back where it came from. They get the point, build their lead back up to 2. Make the magic number just 5. Now at 4 after that mistake. 21-18. Timeout taken by the Knights. Good strategy talk from the Hawks after their timeout led to a nice little run. And now they're back in the driver's seat, 21-18. Let's see if the Knights have some of that up their sleeve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here and ready to play. Final few minutes of this first set. Mistake there from the Knights, excuse me. Already starting to think about NBA basketball. As Thrapis tried to put that over to Benzinger, and Benzinger wasn't expecting it. Mistake from the Knights leads to a point for the Hawks. 22-18. Magic number just a 3. Bertling, Thrapis. Here come the Hawks. Long with the hit, and it gives a little bit of life to the Knights. Hawks still very much in the driver's seat in this first set, up 22-19, but giving the serve back to the Knights almost allows them to control their destiny, so to speak. Dutton, good serve attempt there, leads to the point. 22-20 now. Dutton will need to keep the good serves coming. Thrapis, Bertling, Benzinger, met at the net, but can't get it over the net. Hawks continue the rally, though. Dutton, Bertling, Benzinger again, this time for the point. 22-21 is the score after the nice play from Benzinger and the good serves. Will they continue for Dutton? They do. That one was very close to being an ace. We'll rally, though. Bertling. Benzinger has to bend that one in from a tough angle, and does, and gets the oh-so-important tying point. 22-all is the score now after Dutton took over the serve game for the Knights. She's led her team to 3 straight points. Oh, was going to say make it 4. I thought that was going to be an ace, but the Hawks rally back. Bertling again sets up Benzinger. That's worked a few times in a row, and it'll work one more time. Benzinger won't be awarded the point that time, but her tremendous effort led to a weak playback where Bundy finished it off, and now the magic number sits at 2, and it's for the Knights. It'll sit at 1 now. It'll sit at 1 now as the Knights put their rally caps on. The Knights have put their rally caps on, and they have scratched and clawed their way back into this first set. The score now is 24-22. We're sitting on set point. Wonder what the strategy talk will be for these two teams. At one point, it did look like the Hawks we're going to finish the Knights off here in this first set. Go up 1-0. But now the two teams are back out onto the court. Ready to play what could be the final point here. Set point, Dutton. Trying to make it 5 straight points for her team. Oh, it'll end there. Going off the reaction from Coach Koger there, I think that point that the Knights let up there was on something they may have talked about during that timeout. Regardless, the point for the Hawks gives them new life. How much longer will they have this life? I don't know. They get a point here. Guaranteed to play a few extra points. They do get the point. They just squeezed that one in. That one was oh so close. And man, that mistake for the Knights could prove to be huge. As it is now 24-24. Remember, you got to win by 2. So now we're playing to 26 at least. Lopez Santos, Bertling. This time to Thrapis. They faked to Benzinger, go to Thrapis. Didn't work out the way they wanted it to, but we are rallying. Bertling. Last minute save, gets that one over. Soft touch, Lopez Santos with a great effort. Thrapis, almost the push there over the net. Big hit. Lopez Santos, great effort. Bertling, even better. In the middle of a great rally. No one wants to lose this point, and the Hawks are the ones who are going to feel bad about themselves. What a tremendous effort from both teams. Someone's got to be a winner. Someone's got to be a loser. That time, the Hawks were the losers, and Benzinger takes over on the serve on set point here in this first set, 25-24. Benzinger just gets that one over. The Hawks answer back with more of the same as they just get that one over, but Benzinger answers. She won't make that mistake twice, at least not here in the first set. Gets the point there, And the Knights kind of steal one there in the first set. Up 1-0. We'll see what the second set has to offer. I think he died or something. He wasn't close with his family. And we're back here, ready to start things off here in the second set. First set went to the Knights. It was a nail-biter. 26-24 was the final score in that first set. Hagerstown, in reality, dominated most of that first set. Of course, the score did not reflect it, as the Knights came storming back and ended up taking the lead and winning the set. Let's see if the Hawks answer back and win the second set. Guarantee us some extra volleyball here this afternoon. The last two games here at the Coliseum, as I like to call it, have gone to 5 sets. The Knights will be looking to end a 3-game losing streak here this afternoon. The Hawks, on the other hand, will be looking to improve to 11-5 on the season if they can get a win here this afternoon. Thrapis, Bertling, Benzinger. This time coming from the near side of the court. All of the first set, she was coming from that far side. A little bit of a change in direction Leads to a mistake, 2-1. Hawks taking over on the serve. Emily Ernst is serving there. Benzinger. Change of pace that time with the slow shot. Slow and steady wins the race, as that time she got the point. Ernst takes a seat on the bench for the Hawks as Alyssa Shoemaker steps back into the game. Janae James was leading the service charge for the Knights when they went on that tremendous run in the first set. Takes over the serve there, and it's one and done for the Knights that time. 3-2 is the score. Taking over here on the serve, Waddell, freshman out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Benzinger coming from that near side. Puts a big hit on, but it was a great effort at the net from the Hawks. And speaking of great effort, there's Bundy. Bundy with the point, and most importantly, she gets that serve back to the Knights, and Dutton with the ace. Saying a minute ago, Janae James was on the serve when they went on that tremendous run, but Dutton had a nice run with the serve herself. Put together 5 straight points. Thrapis with a mistake. She'll want that one back. Gives the lead back to, or excuse me, gives the service game back to the Hawks and puts us all back at even, 4-4. Lopez Santos would like to have that one back. The mistakes keep rolling here for the Knights. They're coming in 2s. Hannah Warren Feltz will continue to serve, freshman out of New Market, Maryland. New Market, Maryland. Lived in Maryland my whole life, and I've never heard of that. Warren Feltz will continue with the serve after the mistakes come in 3s for the Knights. Back to back to back mistakes have put 3 points on the board for the Knights. Benzinger bails the Knights out from making a 4th mistake. But a nice effort from the Hawks, showing the Knights why they are 10-5 coming into this game. Down early, but not out. Starting to go on a run here in the second set. 7-4. Warren Feltz continues with the serve. And the mistake by the Hawks finally puts an end to their run. Schlotterbeck put that one right into the net, and Benzinger has a chance to answer with a run of her own. 7-5 is our score. Can Benzinger put the Knights back in front? Collision in front of the net. Hawks rally, though. Bertling, Thrapis. Schlotterbeck met at the net by Bundy, excuse me. And wow, no Knights player is able to rally to that one. And that good rally ends with a point where Bertling couldn't get to that one. And the wheels on the bus starting to fall off right now. Knights got a little lucky there from where I was standing. That one looked awfully close. Lopez Santos takes over on the serve, and the Knights have a chance get some footing here in this second set. They got to find their footing, really, in this second set. It's been dominated from the get-go by the Hawks. Here they come. That one's out. Another point for the Knights and another chance on the serve, most importantly. Lopez Santos again. Schlotterbeck tried to cherry pick that one over. Knights saw it coming. Nicole Campbell with a great effort. And it just was out. That one was real close. The Hawks weren't sure until the very end. You saw them pull out. 10-7 is the score. Hawks trying to build on their lead. Good play at the net, but it's the mistake from the Hawks. That gets the Knights the point. Dutton checks back into the game. Nicole Campbell, smile on her face as she walks off the court. Well-deserved, a great effort play that just didn't bounce her way. Regardless, you love to see the effort, particularly in a set that's not really going the Knights' way right now. But that being said, they're only 1 point away from tying this one back up. 10-9 is the score right now in the second set. Ken Bertling put together a little run to get the Knights back into the driver's seat. They're up. One set to none. I'm going to have a redo on that one. Thought there was an injury there for a second. But Janae James is up and mobile. Bertling with the serve. Here come the Hawks. James mobile enough to make that nice move there. Meet that ball at the top of the net. And it's tied up at 10-10. 10-all for these two squads. And even though the second set has really been dominated by the Hawks, the scoreboard won't reflect that. It doesn't reflect that, excuse me. Knights have done just enough to hang around here in the second set. Still a lot of volleyball to be played, though. Back-to-back hits go too long for the two teams as they trade mistake points. Tie it back up at 11. The ace for the Knights gets them what I believe is their first lead of the second set. Here's Thrapis, and man, after the nice serve, she makes the mistake on the second effort. Gives that point right back to the Hawks. It's now turning into a game of hot potato here with the lead. Another mistake here for the Hawks. That's back-to-back serves that have gone long for them. Giving free points to the Knights. Janae James. Does she have a nice run in her here in the second set? Put together 6 or 7 points in a row for the Knights late in that first set, and that one was in. Not by much, but a tremendous hit there. Got the point for the Hawks. The hot potato game with the lead continues. It's now 13-all. And it's now 3 straight serves that have not found the playable surface for the Hawks. So not only is that Concerning that the serves aren't going the Hawks' way, but it's concerning that they're just giving free points to the Knights. 14-13 is the score right now. Let's see if the Knights can start to build up this lead here in the second set. A second set where they haven't really looked that good at any moment. At least not as good as they did in the first set, but they're in the lead with a chance to start running away with it. Dutton with the serve. Bundy, Benzinger, Bertling, Lopez, Santos, and Thrapis come back out onto the court for the Knights. Dutton. Bertling. Benzinger. We're rallying. Schlotterbeck. And a free point given to the Hawks as they tie it back up. Knights can't answer with a run, excuse me. Instead, the hot potato game with the lead continues. Warren Feltz, 4 straight points on the serve earlier here in the second set. And it's one and done this time around. Can the Knights answer? Finally put together a run here in this second set. There's an ace. Might as well get out in front of it now. Even if the Knights do go up 2-0, that's no guarantee for a win for them in this season. A few times they've blown 2-0 leads. And Benzinger showing that she would have had to have been Stretch Armstrong to get to that one. Just outside of the outstretched arms. 16-15 is the score. Knights still in the lead, though. But can the Hawks answer? Man, they are really struggling here with the serve, the Hawks. Now Alyssa Shoemaker's gotten in on the struggle bus. 17-15. Lopez Santos just gets that one over, and the Hawks just get to it. Bertling. Thrapis. Thought that was going to land. Instead, the Hawks rally to it, but they put it out. Knights get another point. They're now up 18-15. Lopez Santos serving for them. Is this the run that we've been waiting for here in the second set? Oh, man, I spoke too soon. As soon as I said that, the Hawks came in with a big hit and put an end to the run. 18-16 now is the score. Schlotterbeck. Bertling. Benzinger. And, man, a great effort from Lopez Santos as it went over Thrapis' head. But it ends up just being that. Great effort instead of a great play. 18-17 is now the score. James, soft touch over, but a good effort. James and Thrapis both there with the play at the net. But the Knights get the point, a free one given to them by the Hawks. 19-17 is now the score. Bertling is taken over here on the serve. Can the Hawks go on a run, or can the Knights continue their dominance in the late stretch of this second set? Finish out this second set and go up 2-0. Right now, their magic number's sitting at 5 as they're up 20-17 now. 21-17 as Ernst put that into the net. Freshman heavy squad here in the Hawks. They don't have a single sophomore on their team. Nerves maybe starting to set in. 10-5 on the season coming into this game, going up against a team with a 3-game losing streak. Knights proving to maybe just want it a little bit more than them right now. As the mistakes continue to pile up here. The serves aren't the only thing that are going long here for the Hawks. Magic number sits at just 2, largest lead of the game, or excuse me, largest lead of the second set now for the Knights at 6. Make it 5 as they make the mistake there. Give the service game back over to the Hawks, but more importantly, they give them hope. 23-18, the Knights very much in the driver's seat, but no longer driving the car right now. Thrapis met at the net, but James, quick reflexes, gets it over. Here come the Hawks. Bertling, quick reflexes of her own. Benzinger calls off the teammates, puts it over. Rally will continue. And James and Dutton were there. And James, look of frustration on her face afterwards, says that I think she was the one who got the hands on it, but just couldn't put it over onto the other side of the net. Instead, she watches that bounce onto her side of the court for a point. And there's another point. Benzinger thought that one was going to go long, but instead it drops in for a beautiful ace. Madeline Miller, freshman out of Clear Spring, Maryland, with a nice run here of good serves. Bertling puts it over. James with a great play at the net and gets the point for the Knights. Gets them the serve back, the service game back. It's now set point, 24-20. Most importantly, the Knights driving the bus again. No, not for long, though. James and Dutton there, but neither of them could redirect that ball onto the other side of the court. It's 24-21 now. Ernst to serve. Bertling gives the free point to the Hawks, and hope staying alive here for the Hawks. 24-22. They can get 2 straight points together. They'll guarantee some more volleyball here in the second set. Benzinger somehow stays out of the net. James can, and man, whoo. Deja vu all over again. This is looking like the first set. Timeout taken by Coach Koger. Wants to talk strategy. Just a few moments ago, the Knights held a 4-point lead. We're on set point, 24-20. Couldn't get the point. Fast forward now, we're 24-23. Timeout taken by the Knights. Let's see what the strategy is going to be for the Hawks after this timeout. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. Can the Hawks get another point, guarantee us some extra volleyball, or can the Knights finally close this second set out? Lopez Santos over to Thrapis. Thrapis. Rally will continue. She can't get the point there. Lopez Santos, Coach Koger pointed something out, and they got the point. It's off a mistake there by the Hawks, but all that matters now is the Knights are up 2-0. 25-23 is the final score after the second set. These two teams are playing a very close game. Well, I don't know how close 2-0 can be, but, you know, each set's been determined by 2 points. It's been pretty close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here ready to start off the third set. Could be the third and final set if the Knights are victorious. They're up 2-0 right now. A nice start for them as they're trying to end a 3-game losing streak right now. But if you followed the Knights this year, you know a 2-set lead is not the end-all be-all for them. A few times this season, they've let 2-0 leads slip through their fingers. Thrapis with the serve. A nice run here to start off in the second set would go a long way in helping their cause. First set, the Knights kind of stole. Second set was a nail-biter, back and forth. The Knights took advantage late in the set, only to watch the Hawks storm back. The run will come to an end there for the Knights that time. It'll end at 2. As the Hawks take over on the serve, this is Emily Ernst. Let's see if the Hawks got that service bug worked out in between sets. Big problem they had in that second set was they couldn't really buy a good serve. That one was a good serve, but they don't get the point to validate it, so it's one and done. Knights take over. Janae James, remember, went on a nice run with the service game late in the first set. That put the Knights in a great position to steal that set. A point there puts them up 4-1. So a good run here to start the third set for the Knights. An ace for James. James' service game has just been tremendous. Not known as one of the big hitters on this team. She's more of a precision player, but it's working out for her big time here this afternoon. She's very much been the hero of this game for the Knights. Here come the Hawks. Chance to put an end to the run of the Knights, and they'll do just that. As Bertling, the way she looked back at her coach after that error, makes me think that maybe she knows better. Maybe that's something they've talked about in practice. Who knows? Regardless, the mistake there by the Knights gives service to the Hawks, but it's one and done for the Hawks. Once again, they cannot figure out that service bug. And it's put them in a mighty big hole here this afternoon. 6-2 is the score here in this third and possibly final set. Schlotterbeck, excuse me. Benzinger, big hit at the net. It's met by Hawks players, so we're rallying. And a great hit there from the Hawks gets them the point. 6-3 now is our score. The Hawks will get another chance to drive the bus here on the serve. Can they put together some points? Orenfeldt's serving. She had a great run with the serve earlier in this game. She can rekindle some of that there. Thrapis made a tremendous effort on the first rally there. Second time around, she watches that ball bounce right in front of her. She couldn't get in front of it fast enough. Orenfeldt will continue to serve as the lead is now 6-4. Knights still in the driver's seat, but not driving the bus right now as the serve is with the Hawks. Bertling finds Bundy. Bundy right back to her, puts it back over. Bundy again. This time it's Benzinger with the play. Bertling over to Benzinger again. Soft touch. Schlotterbeck's there. Here come the Hawks. Great rally. Best of the third set. Thrapis pushes it over. Schlotterbeck. Lopez Santos may have been better off letting that go. May have been long, but hey, why leave it to chance? Couldn't make the play, though. 6-5 is the score. Hawks in the middle of a good run. That'll end on a sour note. 7-5 now is the score, and Benzinger takes over the serve. It's a big moment here in this third set. It's close right now, but a run here go a long way in securing the victory. And remember, a victory here for the Knights would put an end to their three-game losing streak. And there, Benzinger goes one and done with the serve. Cole Campbell, Bertling, Thrapis with the point. And Janae James from the bench with the excitement. She watches her teammate make the great play. Here is Nicole Lopez Santos. Chance on the serve. Soft touch at the net from Bertling. Doesn't find the Hawks out of position, but the Knights find themselves out of position. Goes over the head of Lopez Santos and just out in front of the outstretched arms of Ann Benzinger. 8-7 is the score. Schlotterbeck serving again here for the Hawks. They need a run here. Get some momentum on their side here in this third set. Bertling finds Thrapis. The Hawks, a great effort to get to that and rally. James gets set up. Looks like she's going to jump for that one. Sided against it. Can the Hawks get to, or can the Knights get to this? Nicole Campbell, tremendous effort just to try and get to that one. But the effort will be just that. 8-7 now. Schlotterbeck will continue to serve. Benzinger set up. That one's long. 9-7, the Knights still in the lead. But now with another chance to drive the bus. One and done on the last serve. As Ann Benzinger couldn't put together a run. Let's see what Heather Bertling can do. Bertling dives to get to that ball. Teammate got to it before she could. Rally continues. And Benzinger. That one came in too hot. Hawks will not be denied here in this third set. They will not go away quietly. 9-8. Hot potato third set continues. Anything you can do, I can do better. Kind of thing we got going on right now. Bertling over to Thrapis on that far side. James got to it, but didn't matter. Point was awarded to the Hawks, and we're now all even at 9-9. Can the Hawks take their first lead here in the third set? James, that one's long. Could tell from the look on James's face, as soon as that ball left her hand, she didn't feel good about it. You could see why as that one went long. 10-9 is our score. Bertling, Thrapis. She gets that one over the net and past the trees, but the Hawks continue to rally, man. Knights finally get a point, and it's off. An unlikely big hitter, Dutton. Well, I can't say that. I didn't know she had the the big hit in her, but I'm sure her teammates did, as they gave her a chance on that near sideline, and she delivered. Dutton has continued tremendous play here this afternoon. She went on a great run with the service game late in that first set that secured the first set victory. And that point there, or just a moment ago, put an end to the Hawks' run and have now put the Knights back in the driver's seat. And they're getting another chance to drive the bus as well as they're serving up 11-10 right now. They found themselves down by 1 for a moment. There's Thrapis. That's in. Wow, what a tremendous effort there. Little bit of luck. She knows it too. Look on her face says it all. Substitutions coming into the game for the Hawks. Schlotterbeck will check back in, and Thrapis will continue to serve. Can this be a run for the Knights that puts them in the driver's seat for good in the third set? Thrapis, soft rally, will give the Hawks a chance, and the Hawks take advantage of it as James and Benzinger were both there in the net, but neither of them could make the play. Ernst will take over on the serve. 12-11 right now. Bertling, Benzinger, almost got the point. Tremendous effort there from Madeline Miller. Another great effort from Miller, answered with a great effort by Schlotterbeck. They'll continue this rally and get them the point. Tied up now, the Hawks. Very much aware that their backs are against the wall. Their energy is up big time here in this third set. The Knights need to answer. They'll get a chance to answer there after the mistake from the Hawks, as they still can't figure out this service bug. 13-12, Janae James takes over. Chance. Go on a run here. James has had a tremendous afternoon, just like so many of her teammates. Janae James, a freshman out of Catonsville, Maryland. Or Catonsville High School, excuse me. That one's long. Another mistake by the Hawks gives points to the Knights and continues to let them drive the bus. More importantly, Janae James, good serve. Schlotterbeck, Bertling, Thrapis. Here come the Hawks. Williams. In front, Casey Jones puts it over. Bertling sets up Benzinger, and she is met right at the net. That was just great play from Fogel. I believe Casey Jones was there as well. I know Fogel was the one who got the hands on it. 14-13. The run ends. And this tight third set will continue. And it'll get a little closer, too, as the Knights give a point to the Hawks. And we're all tied up again, 14-all. And, man, the service game is a killer for the Hawks here this afternoon. I mean, this game's been incredibly close. A lot of that has to do with mistakes by the Hawks. Give credit to the Knights. They've earned the right to be in this position, but the Hawks have certainly helped them out throughout this contest. Dutton gives the free point. She makes the mistake right back. 15-all is the score now. Bertling, Benzinger. Oh, my goodness. No way that one felt good. Rally continues. Benzinger, another big hit. And this one right in the middle. The look of confusion on the Knights' faces afterwards says it all. Campbell and Bertling trying to decide which one of them should have been there. All Coach Koger knows is that one of them should have been. 16-15 is now the score. Lopez Santos gets it over. It's a soft rally, though. Gives a chance to the Hawks for them to set up. They can't do anything with it. Benzinger, on the other hand, will not make that mistake. All tied up again, 16 all. Benzinger with the serve. Chance to go on a run. Not a lot of blocks here in this third set. Hawks have done a great job of getting it through, and just as I say that, Thrapis and Bundy were both there. One of them got the hands on it. Sent it back onto the other side. 17-16, this third set has been tremendous. That's in. That was tremendous. I can't blame the Knights at all for letting that one go through. From here, it looked like it was going to be long too, but that one just squeaked in. And man, that service bug may be the death of the Hawks here this afternoon as they continue to just be one and done with the service game. 18-17 is the score. The Knights in the driver's seat. Once again, chance to extend their lead, and they will off the mistake there. 19-17, magic number just at 6. Good hit there from the Hawks. Ernst. Benzinger was there, and that's why we're rallying. James couldn't get the block. He does slow that ball down a little bit. Soft touch, James. Probably would have been better off letting a teammate get to that. Instead, she tried to handle it herself on the way down from the jump. Couldn't get enough power on it. Instead, put it into the middle of the net. Gave a point to the Hawks. 19-18 is now the score. Thrapis, a great play, but another great play at the net from the Hawks as well. And it'll get him the point. Bertling there, but can't do anything with it. That's soft play. Right over to that near sideline. It's been there pretty much all evening long for the Hawks. The Knights haven't made the appropriate adjustments yet. That one's out. Very close on that one. But it's now 3 straight one-and-dones for the Hawks. The Knights, magic number sits at 5, not just for this set, but for the match. Bertling is one tremendous run with the serve away from ending her team's 3-game losing streak. James, play at the net. And it works out in her favor. She'll get the block. What a tremendous effort by James. I said just a few moments ago that we haven't seen a lot of blocks here in this third set, but then James has answered back with 3 tremendous plays right in front. Another one, nope. That time it rolls through, and Benzinger dove on the ground to get to it, but just out in front. Couldn't get to it that time. It'll give the service game to the Hawks, but more importantly, it'll give them a little bit more hope. Benzinger, 21-20 is the score. James, soft touch over, doesn't get anyone out of position that time for the Hawks. And the Hawks make the mistake. James and Thrapis were both there, but that one didn't even get to him as the Hawks put it into the net. Magic number now at 3 for them. Thrapis will take over on the serve. I've seen her put together a tremendous run for the Knights at different points this season with the service game right now. about as big as opportunity as she's seen all year. Magic number now 2 after the free point. And that one's in. It was awfully close. But the hope will continue to stay alive on that Hawk sideline, but not for very much longer as the one and dones continue on the service game for the Hawks, and it is now match point. Can James finish it here? Dutton with a nice move, or excuse me, that's Benzinger with a nice move. Dutton's the one who gets it over. Thrapis, Bertling, Benzinger, and get to that one. Thrapis wanted to set Benzinger up, but instead she put it over the net, gave the Hawks the point. Gave them a little bit more life as well. 24-22 is now the score. Thrapis puts it over on the dig. Schlotterbeck, and Bertling found herself out of position. The Hawks are now 1 point away from guaranteeing themselves some extra volleyball here. It's still match point, though. So a side out or a good point here from the Knights still ends it. But an ace for the Hawks guarantees us some more points. Oh, they almost got the ace too. Tremendous play from Lopez Santos. And they do get the point, the Hawks. Energy is up big time for the Hawks. They guarantee themselves 2 more points at least. 24 all is the score right now, and it's a timeout taken by the Hawks. We'll take one too. Man, 24 all, what a tremendous afternoon of volleyball this has been. The third set has been by far the best. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Ready to play the end of this third set. What a tremendous third set this has been. The Hawks have answered back and guaranteed that we're going to see at least 2 more points here in this third set. And they get the point. Now they're sitting on set point. Wow. This would be a Pete Sampras level meltdown if the Knights lose this third set. Oh, what a tremendous effort, but it'll count for nothing other than just the effort. It's back to all even, and we're guaranteed 2 more points. Dutton takes a seat on the bench, frustrated. I'm sure she wants to stay in for these stretch run. Nicole Campbell. Campbell again. Nice effort. The Hawks get the point. So the Knights will continue to live on the edge here. 26-25. Crowd is very much alive here this afternoon at the Coliseum, and this is a big play here. Benzinger puts the hammer down, and it leads to the point. Once again, we're guaranteed to see 2 more points. Man, this third set, by far the best one we've had so far. Benzinger a chance with the serve. She won't get the ace, but she could still get the point for her team. Thrapis. She'll get the point. She will. And now the Knights are back up to match point. Just a few moments ago, they had match point up 3. Now they got match point just up 1 in a nail-biting third set. Benzinger's who you want serving for the Knights if you are a fan. Can they get the point? They will! It's over! Coach Koger, the excitement on his face says it all. This was a nail-biter game against a very good Hawks team. This is a Hawks squad that came into today's contest 10-5 on the season. The Knights, on the other hand, in the middle of a 3-game losing streak, but that losing streak will finally come to an end as they pick up the 3-0 victory over the Hagerstown Community College Hawks. I'm Aaron Thomas on the call. Thanks for joining us here this evening. Thanks for joining us all season long. We'll see you next time. Friday, we'll be back with more CCBC action. Until then, good evening. Excuse me, let me try that again. Oh, I'm always messing this up. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.